What's going on, guys? Black Dissonant. Take a few minutes and talk to you guys about something that I haven't really discussed on here before, but been thinking about it a whole lot and been having discussions here and there about it with different people. And you have to excuse me, my nose is a little runny and stuff. I've been dealing with some like allergy issues or something. I don't know. But anyway, to my point, and this is going to be a discussion about financials. And just to kind of lay the framework with the way that things are in this country, and they have been for probably the last couple of years and been getting progressively worse, economically speaking, and with all the inflation and the soaring prices, and it's just been a real shit show. And I don't know when it'll get better. Uh, probably not within the next couple of years, realistically. But either way, everybody kind of understands what's going on there, and we're feeling the pain at the pump, especially, and at the grocery store and stuff like that. And I know for a lot of my male viewers, which I think most of my audience is predominantly males, so I know a lot of times we don't really do the grocery shopping or something like that if we're in a family environment, we're married or something like that. Usually the wife will handle those responsibilities. So she'll be in the store actually seeing the prices go up and stuff like that. But if you've been to the grocery store, then you've been able to see firsthand, as I have, the way that the prices have just soared through the roof. And you can look at it on other items as well. Even, I mean, just take your pick. Everything's outrageous right now. So with that being the case, one of the things that I've been in deep thought about, I guess you could say, is at what point do you start maybe, utilizing some extra cash that you may have on hand? I know everybody's financial situation is going to vary, and they can vary greatly from person to person, family to family. But in the aspect of, say, a person that's pretty much got their stuff squared away, that they don't have a lot of debt or something like that. They're not crushed with credit cards or anything like that, or a bunch of car notes, etc. And they got an emergency fund, and let's say they have some extra money beyond that that's liquid. Say they got, I don't know, let's say you got 10 grand, just for the hell of it, just to keep it a nice round figure. So you got $10,000 above and beyond, say, an emergency fund, and I'm not talking about retirement, 401k or anything like that. And all your shit's paid up and all that, and say you only got a mortgage as far as debt goes. So at what point do you look at that, and do you kind of read the writing on the wall and say, hey, I need to start looking at getting some of the stuff that I need? If there's other stuff that you need, obviously there will be stuff that you need. I don't care who you are, because we don't know how long this stuff is going to last or how bad it's going to get. So my thought process, and kind of the question I wanted to pose to you guys to start the conversation and kind of get you thinking, if you hadn't already been thinking about it, is at what point do you start, say, maybe I'll take $2,000 out of my $10,000 slush fund, if you will, that's what we'll call it, and buy more food, look at water storage, look at, whatever section of preparedness you're lacking in. At what point do you say, to hell with it, bite the bullet, grab a couple grand in cash, and go out and get the shit that you need to get? And I think that could vary too greatly for different people based on circumstances, etc. But I just thought it was an interesting thought, because I mean, with the inflation and everything pacing the way that it is, the dollars are getting to be worth less and less the more that they print money and send it here and there, and do all these different things that they love doing so much at a federal level. So, I mean, how long do you look at your money and say the bank account, or hell, even under the mattress, as they say, and watch it dwindle down to where it's worth less and less with each passing day, week, month, before you decide, hey, look, I'm going to start acquiring some of the items that I need to put myself and my family in a better position. And that's just something that I think is worth sitting down and thinking about and having a discussion with your spouse or whoever, whatever your scenario may be or your situation in life may be. I think it's very important that we look at that now. And that's just kind of, like I say, that's something that I've been kind of struggling with. Really, is just trying to figure out, you know, where's that demarcation point? Where's that line at where you just say, hey, oh, you know, all right, I need to cash out on this right here or whatever. And I mean, you know, obviously everybody's gonna have things that they're stronger in or that they're more prepared in certain areas than others. But and then you got ongoing stuff that's just every day that happens. So I just thought that was an interesting thought process, and I was just curious, and I wanted to kind of throw that on the table of discussion with you guys and let you know that that's something that's important. I feel, and that's something that we need to think about and we need to take a look at. And two, if you're in the other boat where or a different situation where you know you got a lot of debt and stuff like that, you know, then what do you do? How do you approach that situation? You know, and I think all that stuff is worth the discussion, and it's worth really thinking about and really putting some time into trying to figure that stuff out. So, because I mean, you could have you know $100,000 cash in or whatever, you know, in the safe, but if you can't get the stuff you need, then it doesn't really matter at all, you know. Or if you sit there with say $10,000 in in a slush fund, and then you continue to watch as this stuff gets worse and worse, and then your $10,000 only goes as far as about $5,000, then you know you probably missed the mark, you know. And we may have missed the mark on that already as far as that goes. You know, we're probably getting close. I'm hearing numbers of like 9% inflation, and it's probably higher than that, you know, when you factor in everything. But I just think that's a valid point of discussion, given the direction that our country has been heading in economically for so long, and it's just a lot to take in. But I did want to let you know that, you know, I enjoy doing all the tactical stuff and the guns and all that other cool stuff, and it's really cool and it's sexy and all of that. But you know, there's so much more stuff that is equally, and a lot of other stuff that is of greater and higher importance than the pew stuff, you know, than the damn than the ARs and the chest rigs and the plate carriers and all that shit, you know. So we got to kind of look at it as a whole if we want to be well rounded and well prepared to weather the storm, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I don't want us to get trapped in the, you know, hard charging, you know, Minuteman patrol shit, which is cool. You know, I like all that stuff. I enjoy watching the videos on it. I enjoy learning about it. I enjoy, you know, going out on a ruck march, and I like all that stuff. I like taking carbine classes. I like burning through some ammo and stuff on the range with good people. But there's so much more to it than that, you know, especially when you start involving a family and stuff like that and other people that are looking to you for the answers. So just something to think about. So yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff. And, you know, just think about all this stuff and try to get ahead of it, and try not to let this shit catch you and catch you on your heels. I'm out of here.